and then open up the questions.
Well, the brackets are out. Arkansas versus Seton Hall, 8-9 matchup from a seeding standpoint, and that means teams are very comfortable, very similar. They play a style that they want to score in maybe the 70s, the 60s. Obviously, we want to play more up-tempo, so it's a clash of styles, but from a player standpoint, I think kind of almost mirror each other. They got tremendous perimeter players. Tremendous. Carrington, one of the leading scorers in the Big East. The Rodriguez kid, both lefties. These guys can really score multiple ways, get to the free throw lines. And, of course, the big guy in the middle, Delgado, is a very, very good player. So it's a team that is balanced with 4 guys in double figures. One of the better rebounding teams in the country, especially from an offensive standpoint. Got the leading rebounder in the country on the team. So for us, that's something that we haven't done particularly well consistently. But when you get to this time of the year, it's something that you really got to be pretty good at, because every team you play is going to be of the caliber of the game we just finished with Kentucky. So we've got to shore up the rebounding department, and our defense has got to continue to be pretty good. Offensively, we want to rev it up. We want to really get up and down the floor. So it's a tremendous opportunity to play in one of the greatest events there is, and that's the NCAA tournament. And that's what you live for. At the beginning of the year, hopefully all teams, this is their mindset, is have an opportunity to win a championship, a national championship. That is our goal. And the only way you're going to be able to do that, you got to be in it. So we're at that stage now. We're in it, and now it's survive and advance, one game at a time. That's the most important game right now is going to be the Seton Hall Pirates, and it's a team that's playing well, playing really well right now.
When you get Moses ready and you prepare him for to match up with Delgado, what do you want to see out of Moses to be successful in that matchup?
Well, I want to see how Moses has been playing pretty good basketball. When you look at the tournament, the SEC tournament, leading into it, I thought he was very key in what took place, and our guys followed his lead. Defensively, offensively, we did a much better job of getting him involved, and that's how you get a big guy going. And so, but when you talk about his matchup against Delgado, it's not necessarily just going to be Moses. It's going to be Dustin Thomas. It's going to be Trey Thompson. It's going to be our guards getting in there, digging out some of those rebounds and keep him off the boards. Delgado's a great passer. That's one thing I've noticed about him. Got a great pair of hands. He can really pass the basketball. Average 3 assists a game for a big guy. That's pretty strong. I think 5 assists in conference play he averages. So that tells you, he's a magnet. He's drawing people and he's distributing the basketball. So we got to certainly keep him off the boards. I mean, he's just one of those, a space eater, and he's got a great pair of hands and a soft touch.
Mike, you're scouting Jalen Barkley. Obviously, you knew about his physicality, but in terms of what he's actually done this year, getting inside defenses some, how would you rate what he's done for you?
I think he's one of those guys. You can see he's one of those guys that can go downfield, north and south, and he can get in and he can finish. That's something we missed last year, where guards can get in there and they couldn't finish. But this guy here, he's got the athletic ability, he's got the agility. I mean, he could be coming at you just full speed and just stop and contort his body and just have a real soft touch and getting the ball up there. And now he's getting in the lane also and finding people, drawing and dishing. So to me, it's just a progression. He came in. He was a scorer in junior college. So now he's being more than just a scorer for us. I think his defense has really picked up, and he's a common force out there, and he's kind of taking control out there on the floor. And it's good to see. That's the development I talked about, someone that can take charge on the floor with how they play. Well, I think it's his own style. I mean, guys get their own, styles through the coaching, and then as they become the head coach, depending on the personnel, I think it dictates that. He's got a team that they're versatile. They switch on a lot of things on defense. I think all those guys can put the ball on the floor. They can spread the floor and attack you in a lot of different ways. So it's a team that shoots a lot of free throws. I think they've shot quite a bit of free throws, and when you talk about got team at free throws, but the one thing they do, they rebound. They can rebound from the guard position, the forward position, and they get up and down the floor. Don't let it. They played Creighton. I think it was 87, 81 game. That was the score of the game. So they can get up and down the floor. But I think because they're going to play about 7, 8 guys. And so those guys are playing, quality, a lot of minutes. And so hopefully it's something that we can take advantage of and with our depth. Well, we'll see. I think, when you come to this type of event, it's the first game, and you don't know how your kids are going to come out. A lot of energy is going to be exhausted out there on the floor, and nervous energy at that. But the game is still a 40-minute game, and with the way we want to play, we want to exert energy defensively, offensively, and want the same thing to take place for the other teams. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, some things fall in our favor. Fatigue becomes a factor in the game.